So I accidentally hit the button. But all I gotta say is, people that really believe that shit, I feel like you're pretty dumb. You know, you're pretty dumb. If you really believe that people are so, I'm not saying everybody, because obviously there are very precious, very special people. But I'm talking about people who ain't worth shit, or people who just were really dumb and will pay for it. You know, because some people, maybe they're not really even that bad, but they made a dumb mistake. You know, like you could make a really stupid mistake, and then now you have to pay for it. So the point is, don't make so many fucking stupid mistakes. You know, it's like, don't fuck up if you don't want trouble. You know, that's kind of just how the real. It's like if I was to think that I was gonna play in traffic, I know that I'm going to get my ass handed to me by some cars, and I know that it could potentially be fatal. You know, so it's just that's the real world. That's reality. You know what I'm saying? Like you could call yourself a fucking a Mack truck, but you're not. You know, you can crawl on your hands and knees in the middle of the road in traffic and see what happens. You know, you can see. What I'm trying to say is, you can talk, you can make rules, you can be political all you fucking want, but the truth is the fucking truth. That's my rant, and have a nice day. Kind of what I want to say is this. So you have your political environment, right? And in this political environment, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try not to curse in this video, because maybe I could pull this off where this video is also acceptable for kids too. Because YouTube, I know YouTube wants things to be kid friendly, and don't get me wrong, I don't have anything against kids. I don't have anything against women that have kids. Okay, I would definitely not treat a woman any different if I was with a woman that had a kid or kids. Okay, I would just eventually plan on trying to take the stepfather role. This is nothing about negative about kids, but I have to say it's kind of annoying because I have a tendency to curse because it's just the way I express things. And to filter that can be kind of difficult. It takes a lot of thinking to not go into certain territories. And a lot of my humor is adult, and a lot of the language is very adult because it's adult humor. So I'm going to try to make this kid kid friendly in a way, if that makes any sense. So what I'm trying to say is, in the political world, there's a lot of nonsense that goes on. Let's just say that there's a lot of nonsense, um, because and it annoys me because at my core, I'm the type of person where I like to call things as they are. I'm not one of those annoying people who, without knowing a person or without having a person's what's the word, a person's permission, I don't start arguments by just like noting things, and even if they're facts, and even if I know I'm right, I don't just approach people in a way that is antagonistic and tell them, well, you know that you could do this way, or you know you should do this or that, because that's fucking, oh god, lost it. See, I fucking cursed. It's over. No child safe anymore. It's over. We're in. Okay, we're all the way in. We're in too deep now. I dare say now it's adult now. So fuck it. It's adult. We're deep in the heart of the pussy right now. We're balls deep in now. Fuck it, man. It's over. I dropped the bomb that quick. Couldn't even couldn't even. So it's bullshit. Okay, that's what I really wanted to say. It's bullshit, man. The political shit is nonsense. It's bullshit. Uh, because I like to call things as they are. Just like, I'm a black man and my eyes are brown. I'm not a white man with green eyes. I'm not a green man with black eyes. You know what I mean? So it fucking is what it is. There's no getting around what things are. Like, just facts are facts. Facts are just facts. What they are. Just like, a fact that, like, you know, people drink water. I mean, come on, people don't drink sand. So don't try to say that people drink sand when people drink water, and you get the point. But in politics, there's always this sort of like, the elephant in the room is in the room, but it's not in the room, and you people say one thing, and then they know deep down that it's not that way, but then they just have to say it because it's a narrative. What all it really is that there's a narrative that someone is pushing, and then they're trying to get everyone on board to follow and push that narrative. And then the sad thing is, some people really are crazy enough out there to try to actually get people to believe a certain narrative, even though it is complete bullshit and complete nonsense. And that also goes to like the job world sometimes. Like sometimes some people just keep it real. They don't bullshit. They're like, they'll tell you something how it is straight up, and they accept things as they are. And then you always get some people who are just straight full of bullshit, and they try to like, it could be like, someone trying to, it could be like a time frame. It could be like, let's say if something was to definitely take a half an hour time frame, but sometimes you always get that stupid motherfucker that tries to say that something should be done in a 15-minute time frame when it really fucking takes a half an hour to an hour time frame. And then they act like they should expect you to have it, let's say, done consistently every time in an unrealistic time frame. See, that's like the professional job bullshit, where really on the street you get smacked in the face for even trying to what's the word, pretend like some bullshit is what it's not. There's no argument. You just get fucking assault. Sorry, but it's the truth. You just get assaulted. There's no, because we don't play that shit. In the real world, in the street, we don't play that shit. It's like, and in my culture, I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be racial or racist, but I'm just saying I'm black. It's a little bit different. It can be a little bit different, okay? Like, people aren't as lenient in my culture, or let's even say the areas that I'm more familiar with, or that I was brought up in. It's a little bit different. Like, you can get physically assaulted quick just for, it's like if you said some like sly shit to like your parents or something, right? Some people's parents, some people would call it abuse, but in some households you may get backhanded across your fucking face for acting like for saying something basically that is bullshit, and is going to get anger in someone, and you just think you're gonna just say it like that, like you think you're just gonna say it, and there's and that's what I mean, you know. So what basically happens is you get shit that would never happen in the street happens in like offices, you know, like people raise their voice and act a certain way and get disrespectful in, you know, in another setting, they would get their ass whooped, you know, point blank and period. Or maybe they would just, I don't know, fucking attempt to fight or run or something. You know, a lot of people are pussies. They'll just run, literally try to run, you know, and still get their ass whooped, you know. It's kind of like the whole scenario of like when someone tells you to run from someone with a knife, and you know you would run from what? They close the gap so quick that you end up getting stabbed like 3 times anyway. That you tried to turn your back and run instead of staying and fighting. Like, you know, the real world. Like I'm saying, basically, this rant is mostly about is how politics and other bullshit fabricated like I always call it nursery because it's like a baby thing. It's like because it's not real. It's like, you know, the nursery. Like a lot of times that's what I feel like, you know, job site is like professionally. It feels like I'm in a nursery sometimes, like because it's just so much bullshit. It's just not. It's nonsense, you know. Um, what I'm saying is, in the real world, in like in nature, it has always been this way. You know, like that's why I say like, you know, when you talk about like, you know, these guys, like these things here, you know, this is not you know, that's not, and this is not like this is not okay. I'm gonna call this person or call that person or no. This is you're solving a problem in regardless of how this ends. Somebody, someone is going to be less fortunate in if the problem wasn't solved. At least a point was made. That's the difference. You know, that's the difference. You know, it's like I get that like the law is the law, but what I'm trying to say is sometimes I miss in people. I miss seeing people who have a warrior mentality in the sense of that when they know something is wrong or they feel something is theirs or whatever it is, they will physically defend something and they will get violent, they will assault, they will, you know, do whatever. They will do whatever they have to do. You know, they will train, they'll basically take some shit over just fast, you know, like fast acting. There's no, you know, without hesitating. No like call this person, call that person, talk about this, argue this. Nah, man. Nah, it's like what I really appreciate um people who will get physical and get their hands dirty and just destroy an obstacle or a problem. You know, even if that problem is a person or people's or whatever. You know, that's just that's my mentality. You know, like me, that's the way I am. Like as a person, I feel like you know, like there's a place for everything, but at my core, that's that's what resonates with me. You know what I mean? Naturally, it doesn't. It's my first go to. You know what I mean? Like I don't buy into like the bullshit about how like what I'm really trying to say is this is that truly bad or bad and or people who you will never get through to by talking, protesting, to whatever, you know, trying to rehabilitate or what's the word? I don't even know what to call it, like institutionalize or whatever you're trying to do to get a person like to follow something, I know sometimes that is necessary, but sometimes it sounds harsh, but sometimes you just have to just, I hate to use the word, but let's just say exterminate somebody. Let's say you sometimes, or maybe you just have to really hurt somebody. Like there's no way around it. Okay, like there's no, because people don't get points any other way most of the time. Actually, most of the time, I fucking think it's kind of funny because it's like literally most of the time the best way to teach a person is through physical damage and or pain, you know, because when you're damaged physically you have to heal, so it's a constant reminder, you know. It's like when you get burned when you're a child, you know, you touch the hot stove and you get burned, you have a burn, you have a scar, you may have water under that fluid under that scar, you know, you have like I forgot what it's even called, but it's a blister. Like you have a blister, there's fluid in it, it's sore, it looks disgusting. It's like you're literally sitting there thinking about, I'm never gonna fucking touch that stove again. Well, that's kind of the point. It's like, you kind of want to make a fucking point, you know. But see, I feel like a lot of this political bullshit is people. Everyone has different opinions, but what I really don't agree with is when you take people who are pussies, disgusting, perverted, weak, unviable, just a lot of negatives, and then you try to protect them, or you try to, what's the word, empower them, but they have not earned the right to have any type of empowerment, because you have to earn your right in this earth. You don't fucking just say, I'm fucking JoJo. If that's, I always make the funny comparison, like if JoJo Siwa thought that she could be a champion in the UFC or something, you know, it's like, and she didn't train. Now, obviously, if a little JoJo Siwa maybe trained hard enough and had a certain type of mentality and strength and skill, of course she could whoop some ass. You know, anyone can be trained and taught, unless you're just so crippled and feeble that you're just not physic. Then you're completely disabled. You know, but you know, you get the point of what I'm trying to say. It's like you don't take a fucking little whiny baby who's a straight pussy and then try to put a fucking title on him, and then it's praise me, keep your mouth shut, because you know, it's like, okay, what I'm really trying to say is, like, you ever heard of like this whole like hate speech, this and that, like it's like, man, so you mean to tell me that if I say something that sometimes is the straight up truth, it's hate speech, supposedly? Hate speech? Because I called a duck, or you know, I said like the elephant in the room is an elephant. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, it's like, so you're, to me, you're shielding fucking little pussies. It's like you're shielding motherfuckers who deserve to be not just destroyed sometimes, but deserve to be fucking tormented, beaten, and battered into a position where they maybe may think twice about like being so a certain way, and maybe might want to like change some things, you know, like maybe think, maybe I should stop running my fucking mouth, even though I know that someone will knock my jaw loose soon. Like, you know, like maybe I should stop like spreading. It's like, you know, some people spread gossip and are total assholes, but then they're total pussies when they get confronted. It's like people like that. Like, it's like, maybe I should shut my fucking mouth and stop being this way, because it's not, number one, it's not like something I want to go to bed knowing I am, and then also I don't want to be having to get my fucking jaw fixed up at the hospital and having lumps and bruises and cuts on my fucking face because I got beat up by like one person that could whoop my ass. And then you know how we do, man. You know what I'm talking about, people in my culture. One person will whoop your ass, right? And then tell you to get back up. Even though they can completely destroy you, they will make you get back up off the ground and humiliate you, and then tell their friend and their next friend to fucking whoop your ass and tell you you're not done yet. That we do shit like that. So you get what I'm saying. And if you think that's fucking crazy or you have no clue about that, well then maybe you just need to. I'm not trying to be racist, but I'm saying maybe you just need to look, and it's not a positive culture either, because it's not fucking positive. But maybe you need to look into understanding a little bit about some fucking black culture, and I mean urban black culture in the fucking inner city. Maybe you just need to be more cultured, as I say. Maybe you need to be more cultured. Do your research and understand what shit really is like. Because the thing is this: obviously, people think that there's one world until they enter another world. When you enter another world, you realize it's a whole different game, it's a whole different culture, and some shit that you pull that you think is just okay, that you get away with, you will not fucking get away with in certain areas, because in that world, you'll get your ass fucking eaten alive, and you will get fucked up faster than you ever imagined, and you will wonder, you won't even know. You'll be like, these motherfuckers are animals. What the fuck's going? What the fuck is this? What the? It's because you just you just didn't know that like that doesn't fly. Maybe you want to stay out of that environment if because that's what I mean. It's like you get these little entitled little pussy motherfuckers. Like you ever anybody ever seen that video of what's her name, Moldy Locks? This lady called Moldy Locks. This little lady with fucking weird dreadlocks. In a brawl breaks out, right? And this Moldy Lock sits there, and I think she struck some guy. She punched some guy in the face, and then this guy fucking gave her such a pop, man. It knocked her, half off her feet. It's like, what did you think was gonna happen? You're not a fucking fighter. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, it's like, because you can run your mouth all day, but you can't contend in that world. Like, if that brawl breaks out, lady, you're gonna get fucking eaten alive. You're probably gonna be on the ground. You're gonna get trampled. It's like, get the fuck out of there. Like, stop fucking around. And that's my point. But someone dumb will try to take a person and say, oh well, you can't say that because that's not, you can't call that this, or you can't call that, motherfucker. I'll call it what the fuck I want. But see, what you're doing is you're gonna try to criticize and ostracize someone because they just call something as it is. Stop doing it. Stop protecting people who deserve a certain thing. Just stop it. Like, stop it, man. It's not like, it's like, people with their child, like their child runs amok, child runs crazy, their child does all this dumb, stupid shit, and then they want to always, oh no, oh, and oh no, 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 well, and making excuses and so on and so on. That's how I feel like, culturally, and not just culturally, but in politically, people do that a lot for people. For people that really at their core don't even really give a fuck about them. But it's because there's an agenda and a narrative always going on, so it's always going to happen. But with me, it's very it's very, very disgusting. It's disgusting, and it's so annoying because I'm like, generally, you know, my not only just me internally, but also a lot of the culture that I come from. It's kind of like, generally people try to respect each other because we don't want to have to get down and dirty. We don't want to have to fight in, things to escalate and get weapons and then have to, like, we don't want to fucking have to do all that. No, because we don't want to have to spill blood, and we don't want to really want to do that. It's like we don't want to bring it to that. We really don't want. So we understand that, like, it's better if we just respect each other, you know, like, respect each other so that we don't have to get crazy on each other like that. But some people, though, the problem is that they are so spoiled and coddled and fucking stupid that they would rather run their mouth, get loud, and act a fool because they're so used to no one touching them. So they almost think it's like never gonna happen. Like, they think it's like, oh, this no one's gonna do that. No one's that mean, no one's that crazy, nobody's that vicious. Like, no, they're not gonna. And then you go into a certain area or the wrong person, like, which me, I could be that wrong person. A lot of times I am that person where I will be the one that will do it to you. I will be the one to assault you. I'll be the one to hurt you because you are dumb enough to actually walk around thinking that you're so special that I won't knock your fucking head off. You're thinking you're so special that I won't hurt you. Like, I don't know if you think you're fucking a god from heaven, or you think you're fucking like so special. You're not special. That's the thing. You're not that special, you know. And it's like maybe you are that special, but I will say, I'll guarantee you this: most people, you're probably not that fucking special, man. You're probably not that fucking special. So it's like, but that's a thing people have to learn. It's humbling and it's experience. It's an experience people have to learn, you know. But I feel like there's a disgusting culture where people are going around um, acting a fucking fool. Like, oh, I'll give you an example. Customers that come into my store I work, right? I'm not gonna say where I work because I don't need to say where I work, but some of these damn customers like to come in, right, and act a fucking fool. Get attitudes, be looking like they're about to swing on somebody. Man, it's like that fucking bullshit. If you pull that shit out in the street where I'm from, you will get your. I'm so sorry. You will get. That's not even just men. There are women that will. You will get fucked up so fast. Like you will get assaulted so fast. And the funny thing is, it's usually the people who cannot even defend themselves, the ones who get their ass handed to them and get drugging around like a fucking wet towel. It's those motherfuckers that are the most crazy and reckless with the way they act, the way they talk, the attitudes. They're the very ones, the softest ones that act like a fucking fool. And it's fucking so stupid. And that's what I mean. It's like we've created a culture where it's like, oh, I'm gonna suck your dick, I'm gonna kiss your ass, come up in here and act like a fool, and no one's gonna do anything. Motherfucker, in other places, in certain cultures, you would physically get removed. You would get your ass, you would get hands put on you, you would get physically subdued and tossed out like a bouncer tossing you. You would get your ass tossed out on the street for acting like that. Just for acting like that, man. You could. But see, we live in a different time now. Protecting little pussies. It's like, oh, I'm gonna sue. We're gonna sue. I'm gonna sue you. You traumatized me. You hurt me. You did it. Oh, we're gonna sue. It's like, sue, huh? Okay, we're gonna sue you because you acted like a fucking fool. I mean, you're gonna sue me because you acted like a fool, and I did what's right. I actually put you in your fucking place, taught you a lesson, and threw your ass out. But see, that's the world. This is what I'm talking about. The world we live in protects the twisted and backwards people who have no respect. And that's a twisted thing. It should not. That's backwards. It should be, when you have respect and you should be honored and respected, you should be valued and then protected. No, opposite. Just like give you an example. I have a room. This is my little room. Now, if some motherfucker was to break in here, and I would literally destroy that motherfucker. I have all types of shit in here. I'm not gonna brag, but I have fucking weapons in here. I have types of training. It's not no fucking game. It's like if you come up in here, and I really was serious, you may not leave here. That's the honest truth. I'm capable of that. You just may not leave here. You know. But the thing is this: is that if I was to go too far, as they say, the law would probably put me behind bars. They put me behind bars, even though someone broke into. That's like literally if I woke up and I seen, for whatever reason, I seen somebody rummaging through some shit. You know what I'm saying? And I grabbed like I got like this. I think it's made out of iron. It's this thick. It's like because it came from a railroad track. It's a piece of a railroad. But if I came with that railroad piece, you know, and I did what I had to do, and I don't care. You could try to grapple me and struggle, and like I said, you're not gonna leave. Most likely, you ain't leaving. And I did, and I took it a little too far. Like I pretty much already had the fight won, and I just went a little bit too far out of rage because sometimes when you feel like someone is in your space and it's violating your domain, because I'm very territorial like that, very protective. Like if you come in my space, I'm gonna get violent and I'm gonna get murderously violent depending on who you are, especially if I don't know you, like you're alien to my space, and I will get a certain type of way because that's just the way I've always been. I'm just like that. And many people are like that too. That's why you don't go creeping on people's property. You don't break into people's houses. You don't fucking go into someone's house that is not yours and think you're going to do anything. motherfucker. In all honesty, you should be leaving there in a fucking body bag. But because of this law and because of these laws, that is too much, supposedly. Why did you even come through the door? That is not your house. That's not your. You don't cross that threshold. You have no right to do that. In all honesty, I should blow your head off. You know what I'm saying? If I had a loaded gun, which I don't have guns actually in here, but if I did, I should blow you away for coming in my house. But see, because of the law, they protect a twisted, fucking retarded, perverted idiot that decides they're gonna go in a house that's not theirs. See, you did too much, excessive force. You did too. It's like, oh, really, too much, huh? Mm, okay. Let me ask you this: the people who have been like horribly victimized, like you have people who have entered houses, tied people up, raped the wife, murdered the husband, murdered and raped the family, the fucking kids, some crazy shit. Come on, man. You think it was was it so that wasn't overkill or what the fuck? Are you crazy? See, that's what I mean. It's like this world is fucking twisted. So that's basically that's my rant. Is like basically real world people who understand the real world. We get the point. Some people don't want you to get the point. They want you to buy into this bullshit that like stuff is so inhumane. Ain't nothing inhumane, man. Get the fuck out of here. You know, it's like it's not inhumane. What's inhumane is that people do dumb shit and think that they should get off scot free. Like they're just this golden being that's just so great and so special that they don't, okay, man. You know, small, very. It's kind of crappy. Content's kind of crappy, but it's basically. I would rather do this than do a lot of things. So, I appreciate any comments, likes, subs, and man, if my channel was bigger, I would definitely want donations, obviously. But just stay tuned, keep watching, and thanks for your views and everything and all your input.